What is up, Shady Sports Network? I'm here with a very, very special guest, quarterback Damion May. Damion, how you doing today, man?
I'm doing all right, man. Thanks for having me on the show.
No problem. Man, Damion, you are a very versatile player. You started the season with the Tulsa Oilers at quarterback. You switched to wide receiver. You played a little bit of defensive back, special teams. How was this year overall?
Uh, it was it was a great year. I would say, even though our record didn't speak for the talent that we had on our team, I feel like last year was just a prerequisite to what's to come in the future. We had our ups and downs, but overall, I think we had a great season. We formed a good bond, and the chemistry was like none other.
Definitely. So are you have you officially switched positions to wide receiver, or are you still a quarterback?
Uh, I would say I'm an athlete. I ain't gonna say that I'm fully just a wide receiver or a DB, kick return, but I'll always be a quarterback. But yeah, I'll just say I've fully taken on the role of being an athlete.
That's awesome to hear. That's how you get into the door with NFL teams and stuff, being able to play multiple positions.
Hmm.
One athlete nowadays that everyone has been talking about is Travis Hunter from the University of Colorado. How much
Yeah,
of Travis's game do you have in your game, you feel?
I would say Travis got it from me. Nah, that Travis Hunter, he's a great player. 120 plus snaps in one game. Uh, Field temperature being 100, and I think they say it was 137 down on the turf. He's a great player. He could do just about anything on the field. If I wouldn't be surprised if he could actually drop back and throw the ball. He's a great player. 6'3". I want to say 200, maybe 205 pounds. Solid athlete, very solid athlete. I love the way he play.
And one thing that really interests me about you is before you switch positions or play multiple positions in 2021 with the Green Bay Blizzard, you went off like 20 touchdowns, one interception. I remember when you played against my Mass Pirates, and man, we had an NFL caliber defense that year, and I still talk to those guys. And I was
Yeah.
talking to one of them the other day, and they were like, "Man, do you remember that quarterback from the Green Bay? He was crazy." And man, I remember that rollout pass on 4th and 23 where you just threw it across your body in the end zone. What clicked for you that season in terms of performance?
um, I think everything was fresh. I was still, learning the game, but at the same time, I was able to bring a little bit of my own game from the outside world into the inside world, and I believe that's what helped me uh, thrust myself forward into the IFL coming into that season. Now it's just a matter of getting established somewhere, you know, finding a team to stick to and gel with. There are a lot of older quarterbacks in this league that have been around for, a long time, and they've been the guys for their teams for a long time now. So now it's just a matter of getting established with a good coach, a good staff, and us working together to be able to bring in the championship that obviously everybody's working towards.
I definitely agree with you. So this next question is kind of how you choose to answer it. You are one of 7 quarterbacks, I believe, from my count, that have played in all 3 leagues. You played in the CIF, you played in the NAL, and you played in the IFL. From a standpoint of how teams treat players and a front office to player relationship, how do you feel each league is different from each other?
Well, from a coach to player standpoint or a player to coach standpoint, the relationships in the IFL, I feel like they've been a lot better, as well as the presentation of the league. I would say the NAL and the IFL are pretty much neck and neck when it comes to the presentation of the league, when it comes to uniform rules and the the streaming of the games and how organized everything is. In the CIF, it's I don't want to talk bad about the CIF, but it's a little different in the CIF. It works a little different. I'm not sure, you know, what they have to do to make the league look a little bit more established and a little bit better, but you know, they coming along well. They're coming along well. They got some good players in that league, some good competition. But I feel as though with the IFL and now, you know, the NAL, I think they're getting ready to turn back into the AFL, if I'm not mistaken, with the IFL being a part of the XFL and the NAL getting ready to transition into or transition back into the AFL. The players are a little bit more high caliber, so the competitions are, of course, it's a little bit better.
And I totally understand where you're coming from, and I actually really agree with you on that. That's a great point. You know, the AFL is coming back. That was actually my next question. You know, they have good foundations in place, $1,000 per week, housing, meals included, coach, you know, TV deal, uniform deal, reported by us on this network.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at the AFL coming back, is that a potential option for you to play in, or are you kind of like, I want to play in the IFL because it fits my skill set a little bit?
Most definitely, I'm not a, you know, I'm not gonna shy away from playing football. Football is football, whether it's the NAL or the IFL. You know, it's two different styles of indoor. One is an actual arena ball, whereas you know it's more of a drop back game, and then the IFL is more of, you know, it's more of an outdoor style football where you got an actual run game, and you can play, you can do more out of the gun in the IFL, but I'm I don't shy away from football, so you know whoever come calling, I'm gonna put the work in that need to be done to be able to stay on the field.
Definitely. Give my guy a call, man. He's ready to go. I'm excited for
Most
you.
definitely appreciate it.
But kind of going all the way back to college days, you played, we were talking about it off camera. I am an HBCU fanatic. I love the HBCU. I love junior college. I'm one of the people that will sit and watch HBCU games on the laptop. I think the HBCU is such an underrated conference. I think that Dion helped it a lot.
Most
When you
definitely,
look at what Dion did for the HBCU, I mean, just
most
talk about
definitely.
how did that go?
I think now I'm an older player. I came out of the SWAC in 2017. That was my last year, but with Dion coming into the SWAC, I do agree with you that what he did not only for Jackson State, which you know I'm a Mississippi native, Biloxi 228 stand up. I was also raised in Jackson. What he did not only for the city, Jackson State, but what he did for the SWAC was it was amazing. It was amazing, like bar none. He bought fans. He bought swagger. Most of all, I love the fact that he he's a man of God, and he brung that energy and and that tenacity to that league to put us on notice that we got great players. Like we really do have some really good players, NFL caliber players in that league. We have been passed over for a long time, a long time, and Dion really put us on notice, like put us on the map.
I mean, I'm just looking at the SWAC website right now, actually, as you're talking. And I mean, I knew this off the top of my head. Jackson State's quarterback right now, Jason Brown, is a transfer from South Carolina. Alabama State's quarterback is a transfer from Auburn.
Mhm.
So that just speaks to the level of talent in the HBCU.
Right.
When you were in the HBCU, what were some struggles that players had to face?
I say my first year was the year that they started letting the NCAA feed us outside of, you know, the normal I guess meal times where you know you got breakfast, lunch, dinner. There was a situation where a basketball player was given a piece of candy on the during the game on the sideline, and they got in trouble for that. That was the first year that they were able to, you know, finally give us the nutrition that we needed. We finally started getting, the weight. We got a new weight room. Um, space for all of the athletes to come and work out. Because I'm gonna be honest, with us having the athletes and the talent that we do, the SWAC wasn't doing, you know, the best job of enhancing that for our athletes and thrusting us forward because of the lack of resources. So I say there were more resources being given to us and provided for us when I not as soon as I got there, but over the course of the years of me being there, and now most definitely they have state of the art facilities and everything is being made brand new. It's like it's a refreshing feeling. Now you know of course they would do it when I leave or when some of me and my teammates leave and we get older, but I'm glad that the guys there now, that I'm glad that they have that opportunity to take advantage of that.
It's just so good to see, HBCUs growing because, like you said, and I said, man, there's so many great players, and they just get overlooked. The next thing the HBCU needs to do is get on TV. They need a TV deal immediately.
Most
You know,
definitely.
we need those rivalry games. They have this thing on the website called HBCU Go. And I'm like, man, why can't you put this on Fox Sports, ESPN? Like, everyone will watch the HBCU. I can tell you that for sure.
Right. Yeah. I'm in agreement with that. We had a couple ESPN games, a couple of televised games, but the games that we playing in that's on television, they ain't the games that we supposed to win. So so we playing against Vanderbilt and Cincinnati and Auburn, them the money games. We call them the money games. But the game that I always look forward to that was on TV was the Magic City Classic, Alabama A&M versus the school down south, Alabama State. But yeah, that was the game that I look forward to the most. But I am in agreement with you that we need a couple more televised games to put our guys on notice.
So, kind of looking forward in your career personally, I saw on your LinkedIn that after your football career, you want to get into coaching. Do you think the HBCU is an option? Would you consider going coaching there?
Most definitely, either back to my old stomping grounds or anybody that come calling, willing to give me an opportunity to coach whatever position because I'm an athlete. So I got the experience, I got the knowledge. Uh, of course, it would start with quarterbacks, but I can coach receivers and DBs too, running backs as well.
For sure. Coming up on my last final questions here, you obviously we talked about the HBCU. One last question. During your 4 years there, how was your experience, and what are the game day atmospheres like?
I loved it. I loved being there. The game day experience, it was one that I was accustomed to before coming, even getting into college. Like I said, I was born in Biloxi, but I was raised in Jackson. So every Saturday during football season, my pops was taking me to a Jackson State game to go watch the game. I love the band. I love, the barbecue, the tailgating. Everything was. It just felt like it just felt right. Like I was supposed to be there. I love the experience. The game day atmosphere was great, and on top of that, being able to do it in front of my family, that was something that I enjoyed being a part of and being able to come to fruition because it was a dream come true.
100%. Well, Damien, it's been great having you on. My final question for you tonight is right now, you're in the off season. You kind of looking towards your next opportunity in 2024, 2025, depending on, how everything unfolds. How do you keep going on a day-to-day basis, and what keeps you motivated?
Well, what keeps me motivated is just falling in love with the game again every day, getting up to go and grind every day, making that time to go and work on my craft every day. I'm older now, and I do have a daughter, so she deserves her time with her dad. So I got to be a dad for. I'm a dad first, but I do carve out that time to where, I gotta be a pro every day. Get up and go get it. And right now, it's not a matter of if I'm prepared for the opportunity, because I know I'm prepared. I put the work in. It's just when the opportunity is gonna come, and I'm not pressed for it to come, because I know it's eventually gonna come. But right now, I'm prepared for it. I'm staying ready.
Definitely. Well, Damion, I mean, it's been great watching you do your thing. I know you got your IT thing going too, which is so awesome to see you going in that field. That's a very, very complex field. It takes a lot of knowledge. And so, keep grinding, man. I can't wait to see you out on the field and, see you one day in Time Magazine. So keep grinding, man.
Yes, sir, brother. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir.
I'm a game changer.